Okay, I just filmed a video for my other channel, and like the whole time I was editing it, I was like, what is happening to my hair? But anyway, I wanted to film another vlog because it's quarantine and I don't have anything else to do. But also, I feel like the last one was like pretty Debbie Downer. It was like pretty lame. I mean, I'd been gone for a while. And then I came back and I'm just like, oh, I'm fat and I gotta lose weight. And I like the whole thing is like, oh, it's pretty stupid. So anyway, I thought, well, maybe I would do a more uplifting vlog today. Even though it's like a dreary, it's just gross outside. Everything's kind of like melting and muddy, but like it's still cold. I don't know. The dogs are asleep behind me. And in my last video that I was filming, as I'm editing, I'm seeing them misbehave in the background, and I wasn't aware of it when I was filming. And Roscoe's like trying to get I have a travel size lotion and a lip gloss on the table, and he's like going at the table, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know he was back there doing it. Oh man. Anyway, today's blog is going to be about the content that I have been consuming in quarantine since, oh, my heat just kicked off, so I feel like I got louder. But anyway, I've been consuming lots of content, as I'm sure like everyone has, because, well, most people, because, there's nowhere to go and nothing else to do. Sorry, my throat's really dry. It's just like, it's just that time of year. So at the beginning of all of this, I had like Netflix, but only... Yeah, I have Netflix. I don't watch it that much. And I've gotten Hulu and Amazon since. So that tells you something. I listen to a lot of podcasts as well. I'm like a huge podcast nerd. And like pretty much anytime I'm doing anything, I'm like watching YouTube or a podcast. Oh, I wasn't going to talk about YouTube channels, but I should also, because I mean, that's content. Okay, put that on the list. So what have you all been watching and what's good? I need to know, but I will tell you what I've been watching, and then maybe you'll get an idea of like what I like and everything. So I guess I'll start with I'll like break it down by streaming service maybe. I think I have been watching way more Hulu than like Netflix. I used to, watch more Netflix, and that's why all I had was that. But really, I haven't been watching that much Netflix lately. Once I finished Schitt's Creek, that's on Netflix now. I mean, you all know Schitt's Creek, right? I don't really have to talk about that. Like everyone's aware of Schitt's Creek and that it's awesome at this point, I think. I mean, it's super funny. And when I was watching the first few episodes, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but then I really started to like it, and obviously it's super hilarious. I tend to not prefer to watch things where I don't like any of the characters. Like there has to be like somebody on the show that I can root for, that I like, and I don't know. And at first with Schitt's Creek, I'm like, I don't really like any of these characters, but then you get to like them. I will say, same thing with Breaking Bad. Everybody just loves Breaking Bad. But I watched all of Breaking Bad, and I was like, this seems like a guy show to me. I don't know, it's like action and fighting, but none of the characters were like good people that I want to hang out with. I didn't really like any of them. Like, I feel like the only like good character on the show was like the guy's kid, which is barely in it. And all the women are made out to be super annoying on Breaking Bad as well. And I know you're like supposed to root for Jesse, but I don't know, I don't really like him either. So anyway, but yeah, with Schitt's Creek, I didn't really like love any of the characters at first, but then like you get to like them really fast. So anyway, that's obviously awesome if you haven't watched it. If you like Schitt's Creek, I just binged like really quickly, very recently, all of Letterkenny on Hulu, and it is so funny. It is like, it gets better, and I feel like by season like 4 and 5, I was cracking up, like laughing out loud to myself while watching it. But you can't just start in the middle because there's a lot of like running jokes. So you kind of have to start at the beginning so that otherwise the running jokes would just not be as funny if you weren't like in on them since the beginning. But the thing about Letterkenny, so it's just about like some Canadians up in like a small town, but it's funny because they act small town and they're like farmers, but they're also like super progressive. So they like talk about like progressive issues in a really intelligent way, but like with like small town accents in a small town environment. And anyway, there's just like a lot of very funny running catchphrases and jokes, and then I just want all my friends to watch it so that I can say all the catchphrases and it'll make sense, because I have no one to quote the show to, and it's like so quotable. But anyway, so I loved Letterkenny. That was on Hulu. On Hulu, I also watched, towards the beginning of all this, I just ate like this salad that had parsley on it. I almost feel like I have like parsley caught in my throat, which is gross to think about. We're being casual. Today we're being cash on this vlog. I watched Little Fires Everywhere. That's amazing if you haven't watched it. I watched that a while ago, but so good. I watched all of You're the Worst, which was another show where like I'm not really sure if I like these characters at first, but then I got really into it and I watched that whole thing. That's pretty fun. And I also on Hulu, probably like maybe my favorite movie of 2020. It's like I don't usually watch things twice. I'm not the kind of person that's going to watch a movie over and over again, but I watched Palm Springs twice. I really liked Palm Springs. I thought it was like super cute and funny and just fun. If you haven't watched Palm Springs, you should definitely watch Palm Springs. I watch more shows than movies. That one's a movie though. Right now, as I'm like good background noise for me is Drunk History, which was originally on Comedy Central. But like Drunk History is they get a celebrity or like a comic really wasted, and then that person narrates like a story, like a historical thing, and then other like actors act it out, like mouthing the words of the drunk person. But it's funny at times. There's like a bunch of episodes. It's not like that epic, but it's been good like background noise, and I kind of chuckle at it every once in a while. That's all I have for Hulu. I watched the Saved by the Bell reboot. I thought it was actually pretty cute. Like some people didn't really like respond to it, didn't think it was that great. I mean, I watched Saved by the Bell. I'm gonna brush my hair because I'm looking at it and I'm like, yep, it's doing bad things again. The original Saved by the Bell, when I was a kid, I watched that every Saturday morning with my sister and my dad, and watched it all the time after school as well. So I was like pretty psyched for this, but I don't like what they did with Zach and Kelly. Like they're really unlikable in the reboot. But I liked the Jesse and Slater. I liked seeing them again. I thought the new people that they brought in, it was cute, I guess. I mean, it held my attention. It was a way to kill a weekend. I think it came out on like Thanksgiving, right? Yeah, so I binged that right away. I didn't sign up for Peacock, but I got like free trial. And then after I watched that, I canceled it. On Amazon, this was again at the beginning on Amazon Prime of quarantine. I finally watched, when I got Amazon, I watched Mrs. Maisel, and I can see why it's like super loved and wins all these awards and everybody likes it. I really want my parents to get Amazon Prime so they can watch it because I think they'd really like it. The only thing about Mrs. Maisel that like gets me is that everybody just freaking automatically loves her. Like I get she's like skinny, cute, and like sassy or whatever, but like still, just like she walks into a room and like makes like 10 best friends right away. Like everybody just automatically just loves her, and it's a little unrealistic. I don't know, but I really, really like it. Mrs. Maisel's awesome. There's 3 seasons right now. Yeah, watch that. And then, so I watched Fleabag because everybody talks about how great it is, and it's also won awards, and there's only 2 seasons. I gotta say, I wasn't a fan of season 1, but I stuck with it, and I really liked season 2. But everyone talks about Fleabag like, oh, it's so great because this woman, like, she says what everybody's actually thinking. But, like, not what I would be thinking. Like, she's really kind of a bad person in the first season. I wouldn't want to be friends with her. She's like stealing from her parents and stuff. Like, I don't know. I didn't find it relatable in any way. However, in the second season, the like romance that happens, I was really interesting, and I was really kind of hooked on that. So, but there's never going to be any more of that. Phoebe Waller-Bridge has said like it's just a 2-season thing, but the 2 seasons are very different, and I liked season 2. A movie that's on Amazon Prime that I just watched was Sound of Metal, which is really good. If you're looking for a good movie, watch Sound of Metal. That's on Prime. It's gotten really good reviews, and I believe it's up for some like Golden Globes or something. I don't know. I don't really follow the whole award thing whatsoever, but I heard it's up for like some kind of award. I don't know. But that's good. Things I pulled off my Netflix list that I've watched on Netflix besides, like I already said, Schitt's Creek. I watched Russian Doll. That was good. One of my favorite shows is Master of None. I've watched The Politician. Glow is really good if you haven't watched Glow. I've watched like so much Portlandia. I just find that to be hilarious. And I've watched all of The Good Place as well. So those are things that I've watched. And like, I'm sure there's other things. And probably as soon as I stop filming this, I'm going to be like, oh, I watched that. I should have talked about that. And I didn't. I watched so much. Yeah, I watched Tiger King because all my coworkers were watching it at the time and talking about it. Yeah, so there's that. I've watched like other random stuff. Like I watched the Unsolved Mysteries reboot. I don't even know what else I've streamed. So podcasts. My favorite podcast is Hysteria. I freaking love Hysteria. It is, most of the podcasts I listen to are from Crooked Media. I kind of listen to almost all of their stuff, like What a Day and everything in the morning. But like, yeah, Hysteria is like just these hilarious women who are like around my age, and they're just like joking around about like politics and entertainment and stuff, but like they're just really funny and relatable to me. And they're the ones that we're talking about. I said in my last video, they were the ones that were talking about like dry January. So anyway, yeah. But I love that. And also from Crooked, I listen to Keep It, which is like funny entertainment commentary. I listen to Pod Save America, which is very political. If you don't like politics, you probably won't like that one, but I do like that one. Yeah, I'm just totally like your like cliche millennial who wakes up with NPR every morning. I don't know. Yeah, I do like having like news going in the background if I'm not really watching anything. And so yeah, I do listen to NPR. I know that's like so like lame and whatever, but another podcast I really like is Switched on Pop, which is it's like a guy who's like a songwriter and a music professor, and they break down, or musicologist they call him, whatever, they break down like songs and why they're popular, but they pick them apart in ways you wouldn't necessarily like realize. You know, they'll talk about like similar beats and hooks and just like what makes a song catchy, trends and things that are, I don't know, it's very interesting to me. But yeah, if you're into music, I would recommend Switched on Pop. YouTube channels. So aside from like candle reviewers, which I don't know that I want to like say my favorites there. I don't want to leave anybody out and I'll feel bad, whatever. But like other YouTube channels that I listen to that have nothing to do with candles. My favorite YouTube channel is probably Punk Rock NBA. He makes videos about like music, but the first video that I watched of his was recommended to me because it was about New Found Glory, but he's done a lot about like pop punk. But he also, I've like found some good music through his channel too. He does like rock commentary and whatnot as well. And a lot of his videos are like the history, like he did a video the other day, like what happened to ska, which I was like totally into. And so there's been a lot of that, and so I don't know, he's my age too. I think he's like exactly the same age as me, and so some of his videos are like nostalgic, but he also like keeps up with new trends, and I love his channel. I like Joe Scott. He does like science stuff, but some of it's like weird and fun. I do listen to, let's see. Let me just pull it up because I didn't like prepare for this one ahead of time because you saw me on camera realize, oh, I should talk about YouTube channels too. Oh, I really like The Take. I watch a lot of like movie reviews and stuff like that. And even though I probably watch more movie reviews than movies, I'm not a big movie person, but I just like listening to people talk about them. I know it's weird. I think it kind of goes back to like the same reason that I got a master's in English and just was into like listening to like analysis and critique of writings. It's the same thing, but it's just about movies or music. You find more of that on YouTube. Although Lindsay Ellis has a really good channel and she does do some like literary commentary. So I like her channel. I listen to a lot of like vegans and vegan recipes and things like that. I'm subscribed to Colbert on YouTube as well. T1J, he's good. John Oliver and but I was saying The Take. The Take is about like movies and trends, but they'll do videos on specific like shows, but also specific like tropes that you see in different movies. Like for example, they have a video out about like gold diggers and you know how gold diggers are portrayed in different media. So that's a good one. And I mean, is there a place on YouTube where you can just see everything that you're subscribed to? Okay, they do have like history on YouTube, so you can just see everything you've watched lately. Ryan George is funny in the pitch meeting stuff, and also Intercut. Shout out to the Intercut, which is a podcast and a YouTube, and it's like movie reviews. So that's kind of like a lot of what I consume as far as media, and I need more stuff. So I'm nowhere near being able to get the vaccine. Although, I mean, I shouldn't say that because as an educator, I'm supposed to be in the next tier. And I actually got emails from both of my jobs being like, get prepared because once they're done in Illinois, getting through all the healthcare workers, like the next tier down is like grocery store workers, people over 65, and like educators, which is me. And so like I'm ready for it. Give me that. I already told you Josh got vaccinated. So did my best friend. She got it because she works for a hospice system. So she got it the other day, and I'm ready. Give me that vaccine. I need it before this new variant blows up. But I really want my parents to get it more than me. I'd rather have them get it, but I will get it if I can immediately. Like they asked me for one of my jobs to, just take a survey, like, are you going to get it? Yes or no. So they'd have like a count. And I was like, yes, like immediately. Give me that vaccine. I want it. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's it. This is kind of short for a blog, which is good because my upload speeds are so bad. They're so bad that every like 10 minutes is like an hour to upload. It's ridiculous. And my last blog, like it literally took 4.5 hours to upload and it stalled in the middle and I had to start over. I filmed that at like 10 a.m. It didn't get uploaded till like 10 p.m. It was the worst. But anyway, yeah, I'm still going strong with dry January. It's funny. I haven't missed like the effects of alcohol at all. Like I don't miss like getting tipsy or anything like that. But the routine of like having a beer during certain situations has been a little odd to not be doing. For example, I used to always have a beer when I was like cooking. So when I was cooking a big meal and I'd, get all my vegetables out, ready to chop, get my cutting board, put on a podcast, and then I'd have a beer and I don't have, I'm not doing that. And that felt a little odd. And Josh was over the other night because he had to stop by and help me cut Roscoe's toenails, which is not a one-person job and never will be. It almost takes like an army. But then it's like we're just hanging out talking for a minute. And it's like normally we would have like had a beer. So I feel like it's just they're just a routine that's been a little, I don't want to say difficult. It's not been difficult, but strange. And I think I finally, for the first time in my life, understand O'Doul's because I never really understood the whole non-alcoholic beer and under what circumstances would someone want to drink that. And now I think I totally get it, because that would still, fulfill the feeling of having a beer, or the situation in which you might want to do that, but like without the alcohol. I don't know, but I'm not going to drink O'Doul's, because the main reason I'm doing dry January is to try to lose weight, and pretty sure O'Doul's still has calories. Probably would be pretty disgusting if it didn't. So anyway, but yeah, I think I kind of get that now. I have lost some weight. Let's see. Oh, it's like, I don't know where to start from, because as I mentioned, like the first time I stepped on that scale on January 4th, I was like having a really fat day or something. And then within the first 2 days, I dropped 4 pounds, which obviously is just water weight. But like, so do I start from that high point, or do I start from being a couple days in? But anyway, I'm still 6 pounds down from where I was on like day 3. So that's, 6 plus potentially 4 more. I might be down 10 pounds, but not really, I don't think. Definitely not real pounds. That would be impossible. I don't think you can lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks, even if you are doing dry January. Maybe if you were starting from a very high point, but no, I've probably just lost a lot of water weight. So it's always easy at the start. I'm still up from where I was last year, at the beginning of last year. But I didn't want to talk about that in this blog. But I've been cooking all the stuff, cooking all my meals, cooking at home, which I like. I like cooking a lot. Sometimes it's like I want to cook, but I cook too much, and then I have too much food to eat, and it goes bad because I just like cooking. So, yeah, then I tell Josh to come over and eat it. Well, anyway, that's it for now. I did ask for cues for my Q&A, so I will be doing that, but I don't really know yet if I'm going to do it all in one video, and if I do, it'll probably be on my other channel, my candle channel, or if I'm going to split it up into like candle questions over there and personal questions over here. I have to like look at the questions. I haven't even really gone through. I just know that I have some, but I need to prepare that video, but I will probably not do that today. That'll be like another day. For the rest of the weekend, I just have to wash these dogs. They need baths. And that is like a huge thing, huge ordeal. River hates it. I do it upstairs in Clover's bathroom, so then I have to move the litter box, and then I usually end up cleaning the tub, and it's just like a whole thing. And I need to dye my roots because they're really bad. And even it's quarantine, so it's like, well, who cares? I would not like let this happen if I was going out to work at all. It would be very unprofessional, but it doesn't seem to matter now. However, it's gotten to the point where I'm like, even at going to the grocery store, I'm like, looks pretty bad. I should probably do something about it. Haven't gotten a haircut since before this whole quarantine thing started. I told my mom today, I'm like, I'm ready to just come over and have you cut my hair. She's not a hairstylist by any stretch of the imagination. She'd just be like, doop, 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 and that's it. It would look like when I had my hair cut by her when I was a little kid, and it's just like straight across, but it's too much. It's annoying me. I don't know, but why expose myself unnecessarily to a hair salon right now? My dentist keeps sending me texts and emails being like, you're up for an appointment, come in. They must be like desperate for business or something, but I'm like, nothing is wrong, and I'm not even due for x-rays. Like, I was there 6 months ago for that. It's just like a cleaning, but like, I'm like, I think I'm just gonna wait, but once I get that vaccine, it's gonna be like haircut, dentist, gonna go up to Milwaukee, go to my favorite brewery. Everything's open up there. Nobody gives a crap about COVID, but I'm not venturing out till I get that vaccine. Give it to me. I want it. All right. I will see y'all later. Thanks for watching. Bye.